I'd like to, you guys ready? I'd like to call the Natrona County Planning and Zoning Committee meeting to order at 5:31. All right, to begin the meeting, we'd like to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody stand up and pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Thank you. Introduce myself, Robert Grant, committee member. Ray Schulte, committee member. And I'd like to introduce Dave North. He's one of our county commissioners.
We've been looking for thank you for the introduction. We've been looking for a planning and development supervisor for about 14 months now. And I'm proud to say that we have recruited and employed Sabrina. And so she won't be able to sit on the board tonight because she's going to be presenting back to the BOCC in 2 weeks. And so after speaking with legal counsel, we believe that that would be a conflict of interest to do both. And so she won't be able to sit on the board tonight. But we're looking forward to having her on board moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Sabrina. So, you'll take it.
Yes. Good evening, thank you. Because we do not have a quorum tonight, and that was very last minute, maybe around 2:30 this afternoon, we found that out, and because our bylaws, or these bylaws, I guess, do not allow for any sort of remote appearance, whether that's just calling in at a conference call or a Teams meeting or however we would do that. What we will do tonight with respect to MS 24-09, we will go ahead and just hear the presentation. And because it is recorded, obviously on YouTube, then at the next meeting, we will take public comment on that, or we could take it tonight, and the decision will be made at the next public meeting, because obviously no decision can be made tonight. However, this is a unique circumstance in that the presenters flew in from, I believe, Washington, and obviously we did not have the time to postpone that for them when they're on the flight. And then with respect to MS 24-08, the Timber Springs major subdivision, we have recessed, that's the word used in the bylaws, tabled, continued, whichever, but they use the word recessed, that because of the lack of quorum until our next meeting on June 10th at 5:30. So we clearly apologize for any inconvenience, but things happen in people's lives, and so here we are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I don't know who's is it Sean who's presenting? Yeah. Okay. We are ready for the presentation for MS 24-09, please. Sandhill Holdings. Will you make sure your microphone, oh, thank you.
It's green, it's on, right? Okay. Good evening, Sean Gustafson, ECS Engineers, interim, soon to be unemployed planner for the towns. Congratulations, Sabrina. This is for Sandhill number one, sorry, owned by Sandhill Holding LLC, case number MS 24-9. Its agent is Paul Svensson of WLC. Summary, a request by Sandhill Holdings LLC for approval to create a 2-lot major subdivision on a parcel of land approximately 32 acres in the light industrial LI zoning district. Lot 2, the can do simple subdivision, and a portion of the east half of the southeast quarter of Township 20, Section 34 North, Range 79 West is the legal description. Location, the property is located on the east side of Interstate 25 at the intersection of Interstate 25 and Howard Street. And I believe most of us know that by the Wardwell interchange. Zoning again is light industrial, LI. Minimum lot size in this zoning is 2 acres without public water and sewer, and 1.5 acre with public water and sewer. Existing land use, the property is currently vacant. Adjacent land use, to the north we have light industrial, to the south we have light industrial, to the east is light industrial, and directly to the west is Interstate 25. Water source, we have a will serve letter from Bar None. So the Bar None, which used to be the Wardwell Public Water and Sewer System, but now is Bar None. And sanitary sewer is anticipated to be served the same way through that same. General standards for major subdivisions. Major subdivision, by definition, is a division of land into 2 or more parcels of 140 acre or less acres, and not classified as a simple subdivision. In this case, this one is a major subdivision because it has previously been subdivided. The criteria for approval. Criteria number 1, the subdivision is consistent with Natrona County Development Plan and the Natrona County Zoning Resolution. We believe that standard is met. The proposed Sandhill number 1 major subdivision lot areas are in compliance with the 2022 zoning resolution. I apologize, I'm kind of bad about keeping up here. There's a picture of the subdivision, just the plat. Location, again, there as I described. Oops, we're going to leave it on that one for now. Okay. Okay, the zoning is light industrial and has 2 acre minimum without public water, sewer, and 1.5 acre minimum with public water and sewer. All lots of the proposed subdivision are over the minimum requirement, and the intended purpose of a light industrial is to provide light manufacturing and storage facilities within the 2022 zoning resolution, but other uses are allowed, such as a truck stop. So the subdivision is criteria number 2. The subdivision is in conformance with the general provisions, Chapter 1, and subdivision standards, Chapter 7. We believe that standard is met. The proposed Sandhill number 1 major subdivision is in conformance with the general provisions and subdivision design standards of the 2013 Natrona County subdivision regulations. Criteria number 3, the applicant has provided evidence that sufficient water supply system will be acquired in terms of quality, quantity, and dependability for the type of subdivision proposed, as determined in accordance with the standards set forth in the water supply systems, which is Appendix P. This standard is met. The proposed Sandhills number 1 major subdivision will be serviced by the Bar None / Wardwell public water system. The town of Bar None has provided a will serve letter for the property for the water and sanitary sewer service. Wyoming DEQ Northeast District Engineer Dale Lee has provided an email citing that Wyoming State Statute 18-5-306 requiring the review of the subdivision of 6 lots or more by DEQ. He goes on to state that since the subdivision is less than 5 lots within Natrona County's purview, it is in with Natrona County's purview. As to if a Chapter 23 review be required, and since Bar None is providing both water and sewer service, there should not be any environmental impact. Bar None water mains are adjacent to the site, and his likely final destination will be, design will require permitting through DEQ Chapter 3, which is their design standards for public water systems. Criteria number 4. The applicant has provided evidence that a public sewage disposal system will be established, and if other methods of sewage disposal are proposed, evidence of the system complies with the state and local laws and regulations. That's Appendix O of the code. This standard is met. Proposed Sandhill number 1 major subdivision will have each lot served by an individual sewer service. The town of Bar None has provided a will serve letter for the property for water and sanitary sewer service. Wyoming DEQ Northeast Engineer Dale Lee has provided an email stating that WS 18-5-306 requiring the review of the subdivision of 6 lots or more by DEQ. He goes on to state that since the subdivision is less than 5 lots, it is within Natrona County's purview as to if a Chapter 23 review be required. And since Bar None is providing both water and sewer service, there should not be any environmental impact. Bar None water mains are adjacent to the site. The nearest sanitary sewer main is approximately 1,000 feet to the west, on the west side of Interstate 25. The proposed buyer of Lot 2 is currently having a sewer system designed, and this will need to be permitted by DEQ Chapter 3 throughout the development process. Criteria 5, the applicant has provided evidence to show all areas of the proposed subdivision which may involve soil or topographical conditions presenting hazards or requiring special precautions have been identified by the applicant, and the proposed uses of the area are compatible with such conditions. That standard is also met. The Natrona County Conservation District had no comments on this subdivision. Criteria 6, necessary services including fire, police, protection, schools, recreation, utilities, open space, and transportation systems are available to serve the proposed subdivision. Standard is also met. The proposed Sandhill number 1 major subdivision is within the Natrona County Sheriff's jurisdiction and requires no new services. Criteria 7, the subdivision appears to be compatible with the surrounding area, not detrimental to future development of the area, and will not be detrimental to the health, safety, or welfare of the inhabitants of the area and the county. We feel that standard is met. The proposed Sandhill number 1 major subdivision will remain under the current zoning of light industrial, and there will be no detriment to health, safety, and general welfare of inhabitants of the area of Natrona County. Criteria 8 and 9, ISD and finances. Documentation satisfactory to the Board of County, in this case Planning Commission and the Board of County Commissioners, that the improvement and service district requirements have been met. Documentation that the subdivider has adequate financial resources to develop and complete water and or sewage systems or any facility proposed or represented to be the responsibility of the subdivider, but not limited to the above mentioned. Standards 8 and 9 are met. The major subdivision plat is proposed by Sandhill Holdings LLC and does not require the building of any infrastructure for the plat. The potential buyer of Lot 2 will be designing and submitting site plans and improvement plans in accordance with Chapter 7 of the Natrona County Subdivision Regulations. So that's it. Okay. Planning considerations. As far as the improvement service districts, there again, the town of Bar None will be providing service. Planning considerations. Staff have received the following comments. Road and Bridge did not see any impact to roadways, but reminded YDOT will have control over this area. Number 2, the Natrona County Soil Conservation District report indicates favorable soils for the construction. Number 3, the Natrona County Health Department is concerned with the potential large volume of sewer generation and has recommended a WDEQ Chapter 23 review be required. The Health Department also recommends a study be undertaken to determine if Wardwell Water and Sewer District can handle the additional flows. The Health Department further cautions that if Wardwell cannot handle the additional flows, that a UIC permit would need to be sought through WDEQ. And as we stated earlier, we have a will serve letter from bar none. So, and they will have to, of course, go through and prove that the system is adequate to handle their flows through that DEQ Chapter 3 permit to construct. The Natrona County Fire Department has no comments or issues. The Natrona County GIS had 3 comments that have been addressed on the plat. Natrona County Assessor and Mapping had 1 comment that has been addressed on the plat. And Natrona County Surveyor reviewed, commented, and all comments have been addressed on the plat. Additional comments and considerations. YDOT was also consulted in this. YDOT will require access modifications at Can Do Drive. The extent of those modifications are yet to be determined, but the existing approach on North Poplar near the south property line and suggests that a traffic study may be required. The applicants one jump ahead on that. They've provided a traffic study, and it's been provided and completed and included in this package that recommends the improvements with the development of the site. So there are improvements recommended in that traffic study, and YDOT will be watching that. The development department notes that current proposed use by the potential buyer of Lot 2 as a truck stop. This is an allowed by right use in L1 zoning, and the county will require a site plan with building permit application to show zoning and development requirements are met. The development must meet all applicable conditions of the Natrona County 2022 zoning resolution, and the intent is to utilize the town of Bar None water and sewer system as a service provider. This may require certain conditions of the town of Bar None's municipal code to be met. The Wyoming Department of Environmental Quality Rules and Regulations, the Water Quality Division will apply as well as YDOT permitting needs. As far as public comment, as of this report, we have not received any public comment, unless any came in, but I don't think so. Staff sent notices to the surrounding neighbors. Recommendations. Staff finds the application to be complete in compliance with the zoning and subdivision codes and recommends a due pass recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners. So staff proposes the Planning and Zoning Commission enter a motion and vote to recommend approval or denial of the requested Sandhill No. 1 major subdivision. Should the Planning and Zoning Commission vote to approve the requested major subdivision, staff have no additional comments of the project. And also, staff also recommends the motion incorporate by reference all the findings of fact set forth in your packet in this report. And then there's a couple of sample motions there, and I'd like to answer any questions. I know there's got to be a couple.
The biggest question, I think, was the traffic, and I did look at the traffic studies that they did. I'm happy to hear that the state is going to be involved in that too. I think Ray had some questions also.
Yeah, just a quick question, Sean. That North Poplar Road where we'll go in front of where the truck stop would be located, is that county road? Is that in the city limits? Who would be responsible for putting in that turning lane?
The responsibility of putting in that turning lane would be not the applicant, but the developer, which is, as we understand it, Loves.
Like the off-ramp, on-ramp on I-25, those are somewhat minimal, maybe for a
Yeah.
truck stop that would have probably a lot of traffic.
Yes, and that's what the traffic study really did show, is that there is adequate capacity
On the
in those
current-
on-ramps and off-ramps. They did suggest that there may be need for a light,
And then
traffic light.
they would add a turning lane under the bypass, the underpass,
Yes,
and that would be the developer's responsibility?
yes. The YDOT would, that would be part of YDOT's permitting again there, because all of that falls within YDOT. So that would be part of their permitting, that would be part of their requirements to gain the permit, so.
I just thought maybe the off-ramp and on-ramp looked minimal for what probably will be a lot of traffic, but just a comment.
Understood, yes.
I think the traffic's the only thing that I really had questions. The packet explained everything very well. Just some questions on the traffic.
I'll speak from experience that the, getting a traffic study approved by YDOT is not a simple task. So they have to be very complete. This one is very, so.
Looks like it.
So, Mr. Chair, question for our attorney. We're not, with lacking a quorum, we won't be voting. Would we suspend the public hearing until the next meeting?
Yes, the words the bylaws use would be recess. Suspend, table, recess. I don't know that all those are defined in the bylaws, but yes.
I think table is probably the thing to do.
They essentially, it means the same, it has the same legal effect at this point because there's no quorum, can't make any decisions. However, because of the special circumstances, you all, or whomever's here, heard the presentation, and then by the next meeting, those individuals who attend will have been able to watch the YouTube video and then are able to ask questions and take public comment when there's a quorum. That's the idea.
Well, in consideration of the people who are in attendance, would we want to hear from people tonight, or I know you just said the opposite, but I understand that, but I'm just trying to be considerate of people, somebody who may have driven a long ways to be here. I don't know if we.
Right, are you speaking of the applicants?
Yes.
Yes, of course. That's why we made this exception, of course, was because they flew in from another state. Yes.
We haven't. Pretty much, right?
Right. Correct.
So,
So now what we can do is formally, we can either do the public comment where the applicants may come up and speak, or whomever would like to speak, I guess. And then go on the record and recess regarding the MS 24-08.
okay, so let's, yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So would the applicant like to come up and talk about it? Hey,
Sean Baker with Love's Travel Stop. We're the applicant or the developer for the area. Paul with the surveying company, and Scott as the current owner right now. So really, he covered everything so well. There's not a lot else to say. I'm here to make sure I answer any questions that you might have and about us, our company, anything that you may want to know about that development. If I can't answer it, I can lean on Paul a little bit, but my civil engineer was not able to make it tonight, but I can make sure that he's on for the next session if that's what's needed.
I think that the packet that Sean supplied us covered pretty much everything. There was just a few questions on the off-ramp and the on-ramp on the I-25. Will it, I guess the question was, is it capable of handling the added
Well,
traffic?
Yeah, according to the traffic study, it is right now.
Okay.
Now, if DOT changes their mind, so be it, we'll develop it. We'll make a third lane if that's what we need to do.
The bottom
we do it
line
all
is,
the time.
yeah, the bottom line is DOT.
Yeah, whatever they say we have to do, that's what we'll do.
Yeah. And it-
So we're committed to make this work.
Yeah, that's great.
But If there's any questions at all, as Love's an organization or as we're planning on doing out there, they're gonna answer it.
I really don't have any other questions other than the traffic and the
Okay.
DOT, having the DOT involved in that pretty much covers that.
Yeah, we've already done the chapter 23, the will serve, water and
Right.
sewer with bar none, traffic studies done, sending preliminary plans, and, you know, so we're, civil's all over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Okay.
So, what's next?
So at this point, the next on the agenda is the MS 24-08. However, you all need to formally move
To-
to recess
So, moved,
that hearing until June 10th.
okay. I move to recess this meeting.
I know it's a little weird because there's no quorum, but that's what the bylaws say, so.
I move to recess this meeting until June 10th due to lack of quorum on voting.
Yes.
Can we get a second?
I will second that. And,
I mean, there's nothing anyone could do anyway, even if you
There's-
didn't move,
right.
because you can't make a decision. And so it's a little
So the
weird.
meeting is so the meeting is recessed.
Yes,
Yes.
the meeting will be recessed until June 10th.
All right, sorry about that.
That's okay. Can't help that.
Thank you all. Do I adjourn? Go ahead, please.
Is there any potential of cancel special hearing and to something in the middle to
Where's
we're-
Dave at?
we've already been here and have the presentations done, that it could be viewed, YouTube viewed, and the vote could be done on it, or
That's gonna have to
something
come from
between now and the 10th of June.
Right. So the planning board is able to call a special meeting for those purposes. However, we don't have a quorum right now to do that. So to make the record clear and to give everyone a solid date at this point, that would be June 10th. However, they do have the ability to call a special meeting.
Mr. Chair, legal, how much time notice do we need to give on a special, if we call a special meeting? Do you know?
Would that have to be in
Wait.
person also?
Yeah. I believe that's 2 weeks
Is it that
notice. I'm sorry.
much? It is-
posted.
It's that long now.
Yes.
Does that require being in
And-
person?
I would assume the board chair could call that special meeting.
I'll have to look at your bylaws specifically. That I don't know based off your bylaws, but it does have to be in person pursuant to the bylaws. The bylaws do not require, or do not allow for any remote appearances. I stand corrected. The notice on the public hearing, or excuse me, the special meeting is 3 days, but it still has to be published similar to how you publish the regular meetings.
So what I'm hearing is, we can look at those rules, and if the board chair and the wishes of the board is to hold that special meeting, and we can get it advertised and publicized, we could potentially do it sooner than June 10th.
Yes, if
Which
that's what the
is
board
what-
chooses to do.
I think this gentleman is asking.
Let's do whatever we
Yes.
can,
And-
get it going.
I would certainly be open to that. If we can do it, I would be,
Yeah.
I'll make myself available for that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, thank you.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about this.
Thank you.
So do I need,
I think the meeting's adjourned. Stop.
we need to set the meeting now?
The special meeting?
Yes,
You know, I just don't recall from the bylaws, I apologize, what the requirements are. If the chair calls the special meeting or I am not, I don't know who calls the special meeting with your particular board. So
Could we talk to Commissioner North about that?
if Commissioner North knows who calls the special meeting for the planning and zoning, that'd be great. I don't know off the top of my head.
Sorry, just a minute.
The chairman can call the special meeting, request a special meeting, but he just needs to make sure that he's got support of the board to do that, so you have a quorum whenever you do that.
So we'll have to wait till Hal or somebody else is here.
Yeah,
Okay,
because that is an action, so you can't do it tonight.
okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, okay.
You have a comment?
John Cornquin. I'm a member of Bottom Rock who was going to do a presentation tonight on our subdivision. We were wondering, congratulations, by the way, Ms. Kemper, on your position. That for you, we would like to have the same consideration for presenting our subdivision at that special meeting. It's taken quite a toll on us having this pushed back another month. We're doing a project on the mountain, and as we all know, weather is a factor up there, and it's important for us to keep moving forward on that contractually with people or contractors that we've lined up. The power company, if we are successful, those things, and being pushed back to potentially July is not catastrophic, but financially damaging to us. And so we'd like to have the same opportunity to have ours read at the same time with the special meeting, if possible.
Is that something we can do?
Again, that's up to you all, as long as there's a quorum
Okay.
and we have the appropriate notice.
Okay,
And so if you want these two issues on the agenda, that's perfectly,
let's put them
Fine.
both on the agenda, 'cause I think we owe it to Mr. Corb. How do you pronounce your name?
It's a hard one. Cornquin.
Cornquin? We owe it to these guys to get them pushed as fast as we can.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. With that, I don't think there's any more we can do tonight, is there?
there's nothing more on the agenda. And
Can
so,
I even
Ed-
move to adjourn the meeting?
I think you can go ahead and do that.
Okay,
I know it's weird, but
I move that we adjourn the planning and zoning meeting for tonight. Recess it until further notice. That's a good